Hello everybody, welcome back to flower season. So today's video is a quick garden tour. I wanted to show you guys all of the tulips and everything, all the bulbs that are blooming right now, which is only tulips and daffodils. We were gonna have really low temperatures, and I thought that the blooms were not gonna survive the really low temperatures. It didn't get that cold, so they ended up surviving. That's why I made the video the day before the expected really cold front that we were gonna have, but nothing happened. The tulips are nice and beautiful, so but that's why I filmed the video this early, because I thought the blooms were not gonna survive, because the foliage can survive a hard frost, but the blooms sometimes they don't survive if it gets too cold and they get a hard frost, or if the temperature goes down too much, then the flowers will fry. So but they were fine. I was freaking out for no reason. Anyways, so we have this little cluster of tulips right here, and these ones I bought from Aldi's. I don't know if you guys have an Aldi's near your area, but that's where I bought these ones. They're super beautiful. And then of course the beautiful daffodils. These ones were just from Lowe's, like a big pack, and they did amazing. I am for sure going to buy more daffodils next year. And this video is going up late. It should have went up today at 8 a.m. but I broke my microphone. So we were filming a different video, and I still film with my phone. I know I need to upgrade. But the piece that goes into my phone, for the microphone, my phone fell because I had it in a tripod, and it fell and I broke my microphone, and I wasn't even filming yet, and it broke. So I had to expedite, get a new microphone, and it finally arrived today, right now. So that's why I'm trying to do this voiceover really fast. So yeah. But I hope you guys still, I know I'm not the best at putting the videos up at the same time every time, but I've been trying lately. I've been trying to have them or at 8 a.m. On the weekends all the time. Anyways, so right here we have another mix from Aldi's. This was a really beautiful mix, and this one was from not last year, but the last year. And they came up beautifully again, so they came up super nice. Yeah. They all came back, which is amazing. Not all the daffodils came up, but I can see the daffodil foliage coming up, so I'm assuming next year I will have a full flush of daffodils. I don't know why they not all the little buds of daffodil, I mean all the little bulbs of daffodil didn't come up this year, but hopefully next year I will have a really beautiful daffodil show on this area, because those daffodils are super pretty. And then my autumn joy sedum is doing amazing here in the back. Oh, it looks so beautiful, and this becomes that little hedge, and it looks amazing in the summertime. And of course I am going to plant a clematis. Sorry, I can't say that word, but I want to train it into the gate, which I think is gonna look super beautiful and super like I don't know, like secret garden-esque. So I'm super excited about that as well. And I think because I had daffodils mixed with these tulips, that's why the squirrels did not came over to this area and bother those tulips. So right here we have another, these ones we did plant last year. They're purple tulips from Tulip Direct. No, sorry, Tulip World. And they were only $100 for 500 tulips. And They look wonderful. They're so beautiful. We did have a few squirrels coming here to the end and trying to lift a few of them up, but they left them alone. So I'm assuming they didn't like this variety because there were some other tulips that they just went at it. So I'm assuming this variety, which when I bought them, they only said purple tulip. So they didn't really have it was a landscape mix purple tulip. So it didn't really have the name of the variety, but it did amazing. It looks super, super beautiful. I just love the little purple heads. It looks so beautiful. And they have brought so much joy. Yeah, I wish the backyard was all set and done like I wanted it to be, but it's not yet. So hopefully next year that all the tulips come back up, everything is gonna be how I want it. I doubt it though, but I hope so. And if you guys hear Christian and Carlos, they're playing and they're also watching a soccer game. And Christian's just running around and laughing. So you guys might hear him in the background. But yeah, it's just him being a little boy. Anyways, we are thinking that we're going to plant more daffodils this next year because all the areas where we had daffodils, the mixed in with the tulips, it seems like the squirrels were not as attracted to those areas as much as they were to the ones that didn't have any daffodils mixed with the tulips. So we're thinking we're gonna do that. Plus, the daffodils are just beautiful. So this area right here is the end of the backyard. It's at the end of the backyard, and we planted a whole bunch of daffodils in 2020, I think, and they did really amazing that following spring, but there was not a lot of sunlight hitting this area. So, and I've been cutting them before, the leaves have completely died back, so that also hasn't helped them, ex- um, duplicate. So this year Carlos pruned a whole bunch of trees, and I show you guys to prune the branches of the trees, so this area is gonna get more sun. And I'm gonna wait till all the daffodil foliage has died back to prune them. So hopefully next year I'm gonna have just a massive show of daffodils. Hopefully. And then there's another group right there in the back of the daffodils, and those are alliums, and those come up beautifully every year. So I'm expecting a beautiful show of alliums this year, hopefully, because they look like they're coming up strong, but I also pruned them back whenever they were not they were still green when I pruned them back. So I don't know what I'm gonna get from them. I'm hoping, because I see a lot of leaves, that they're gonna come up beautifully. So right here I have lilies coming up. I have a whole bunch of lilies on this area, Asiatic lilies, and I also have a whole bunch here inside the house that I need to go plant out. So I'm gonna have a beautiful show of lilies this year. So anyways, these are the tulips from last year, and the squirrels really love this mix of tulips. They've been digging them up like crazy, and plus we also messed them up a little bit whenever we were planting our summer annuals on these flower beds. So between us and the squirrels, yeah, they have almost completely disappeared. But anyways, that happens sometimes. This next year I'm going to plant them not in the border, because usually I put annuals in the borders. So I'm going to plant them back in the back of the flower bed, so like in the middle area of the flower bed. And here are the pansies. They're doing amazing. They're popping up here in a few weeks. I'm expecting them to be in full flush. But yeah. And we also need to come and do a little bit of maintenance on these flower beds, on all of these flower beds in the backyard, because we've been neglecting them a little bit here in the spring. now in the springtime, because we've been working on a really big project that I'm going to show you guys next weekend. No, this weekend I'm going to show you guys. I mean, tomorrow I'm going to show you guys what we've been doing and why we've been neglecting a little bit the garden. But here soon I'll be doing a little bit of maintenance, and it's going to look amazing and refreshed. All of these flower beds are going to look nice and refreshed. So yeah. So right here we have these tulips right here are old. They're from 2020 and they always come up really nice. They're a French tulip. Not all of them, but the yellow ones in the back were French and they're beautiful. Some of these are double and they haven't opened up completely, but they're coming up beautifully. All of those tulips are actually from Walmart, and also some of them are from Aldi's. The ones in the front, like I said, they haven't come up really nicely because of us and the squirrels. But this next year, I'm not going to plant them in the borders. Anyways, and you guys can see not all of them are in full bloom yet. There's a few green buds still, and like I was saying at the beginning of the video, when the bloom is in full bloom, the petals are a little bit more fragile and they can get, you know, damaged with the frost. When they're like in their budding up state, they're fine. They can, you know, tolerate I said that wrong. A hard frost, but in the, you know, full bloom state, they're more delicate. So that's why I was worried. So right here we made it to the front yard, and you guys can see how beautiful the circle flower bed here is looking. Oh, I just love. And then we have a random white tulip. Just one random white tulip, and everything else is purple. We have a few different ones, different shade or variety of purple, but it's just a few of them, but it looks amazing. I just love how this area is looking. And the squirrels did not come and bother any of these tulips at all. I mean, no, they did a little bit, but they left them be after they got a taste of them, and I guess they didn't like them. But yeah, it looks amazing. I love how it looks. Oh, now I'm gonna have to wait for them to die back so I can, you know, swap them with something, because if I swap them right now, they'll die basically. But yeah, I am obsessed with that circle flower bed. It looks beautiful, and I'm not gonna talk too much about the other plants because this video was mostly about the tulips and daffodils. So I ended up bringing my bunny family here in the front because, you know, Easter was a few days ago, so I wanted to put something Eastery here next to the door, the front door. Right here I have another flower bed. This is the flower bed with all my hydrangeas. I haven't come here and clean them up because I don't see a lot of growth on them yet, and I usually wait, like I told you guys in videos in the past, that I wait till they have more green on them to start, you know, pruning them back. And some of the tulips on that flower bed came back, but not too much because, you know, that flower bed is in the shade. But yeah, so this is the last flower bed that I have, and I just have purple tulips, and it had a few crocuses as well, and it's beautiful. But yeah. So I hope you guys like this video, and see you till next time. Hopefully next time I'll give you guys a big tour. Anyways, bye bye.